I'm a scared.
And you're all here in time for Death to Masturbate. Or guess what?
Tales from the Podcast is brought to you by the following generous sponsorships.
The Happy Hour News Team. Check them out at www.happyhournewsteam.com.
TalesFromThePodcast.com, where you can pick up your copy of Tales of Shock and Terror #1. The Skewered Universe Podcast. And viewers like you.
How's it going, guys?
Sorry, I passed out after watching the debate.
I can't
Creamy
believe
white,
that is
dreamy
the-
white.
For those who missed it, you're gonna have to rewind and check out what happened beforehand. But Jeff had a really busy minute there. I'm happy you were able to make it through.
That's why I'm drinking some water. I gotta rehydrate.
That's fair. So, how is everybody doing this evening?
Eh,
Hey.
Yes, you're doing yes.
yeah. I actually had somebody tell me that these glasses make me look like Sally Jesse Raphael.
I can
And,
see it.
I'm doing this. Oh.
Nobody
God
knows who
damn
that
your
is
fucking
anymore.
phone, Jeff.
Oh, come on. It's nothing but this.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jesus.
I'm a
How's it
child.
going, Benji? You basically are. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, before we go ahead and start talking a little bit about this movie and stuff, we got some stuff here to talk about. Some
Uh-oh.
things that
Dance
have
break?
happened. Kind of.
I will say this, though. I was at the comic shop today, and he was telling this guy who came in about how Halloween Fest is coming up or whatever, and there's going to be free comics. And then I said, yeah, and an indie comic is going to be coming in, and I think I can get one of the guys who wrote it to sign it for you. And the guy's like, really? Can you put me down for it? So I already got I haven't even brought them in for Halloween, and I've got one sold already. So
That's fucking awesome.
every time I bring them to that shop, they sell out.
Good. Talking about that, though, I don't know, Ron, you brought it up to everybody's attention and everything, but somebody, a good friend of ours, ended up getting Tales of Shock and Terror graded a signature edition, too, at a 9.8.
Yeah.
I will say it felt good to see that, didn't it?
It was one of those situations where you like people I look up to, like, Tom King and Mitch Gerrits and Chip Zdarsky and all these people, and you see your name in the same spot that they would be in.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to bullshit. I'm very honest. I'm an emotional fella. I almost started crying. The fact
Right.
that Body Count won Best Feature at that thing was great, but it pales in comparison to seeing your name on a comic book slab.
Oh, yeah. Benji apparently is a comic book fan, I guess.
They are fun, and you should buy a copy
Mhm.
of Tales of Shock and Terror.
You need to head over to talesfromthepodcast.com. We actually wrote a comic book and it is for sale there. And also notice by looking at your little picture there that you're a fan of St. Bernard's. I'll have
boy.
to.
He's gonna show you his dick
No. But
because
man,
it has a little bit of water, like a jug of water or brandy around it.
it's supposed to be brandy, but mine's like Look how beautiful that is. My dog is 5 months old, dude, and almost at 65 pounds already.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Tell me about it, man. Xena Warrior Princess, man. She's living up to the name.
So I talked to our good buddy Josh, and I don't know if you watched the video or not that he posted with his very
saw
charismatic
one.
son, which is didn't expect that. He was like the kid's super charismatic.
Oh, dude, yeah, I've done conventions and he's been there with us.
Oh, has he? And
yeah.
it's and I asked him how much it was to get it done. And when he told me, I was like, that's not that expensive. CGC is way more.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it. They're both cool, and it's nothing against either or.
Right.
But one is definitely graded at a stricter grade, as well as more collectible.
Right. I understand that, but I'm still gonna, just to say I have it,
Right. Well, I mean, if you want to do that, I mean, you got to do it the right way. And we'll talk later because I know how to get you a signature series. So,
really? Do you know one of the writers?
I know somebody with an account that can do it and verify it. Asshole. I know beyond that, dick.
All right. That means I sign it, and then you sign it, and then Josh signs it, and then boom.
Right. Talking about everybody, though,
we're waiting on issue 2, so I'm pretty excited.
Chuck was
about
supposed
that.
to be here this week, but he ditched us.
Yeah. What the fuck?
He has super explosive diarrhea, so if you end up talking to Chuck, tell him that, we seriously hope that his asshole feels a little bit better, and he's an asshole for ditching us. So anyways, right now, let's go ahead and jump into some of these things, though, because, well, I think I should start off with this one because I think Ron's going to love it. Night of the Living Dead.
Yes.
So, just so you know, Ron, and this is, it's been out for a little bit, it's been talked about, but the Saska Twins have joined with Tubi to release Festival of the Living Dead, which is basically going to be, what's the plot synopsis? A group of friends end up attending the Festival of the Living Dead, but it is disrupted by a blast of radioactive space dust, which hits the festival, and they must defend themselves or be devoured by the living dead. I will say this is the first time in a long time I've been excited for a Living Dead movie. I think Romero really shit his pants on the last few. And if we want to talk about remakes that are good, the Saska Twins do have a decent track, especially with doing Rabid. And I mean, their version of Rabid is right on par with Cronenberg. If you like them or not, that movie is not bad.
The only reason I'm ever going to watch it, and I think Jeff knows where I'm going with this, the only reason I'm ever going to watch the Saska Twins remake of Rabid is for one reason.
Cara Zor-El.
No. I mean, she's pretty hot too, but
CM Punk.
You're damn right. That's why I watched The Girl on the Third Floor, and you know what? I actually enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Well,
really,
I will admit
he's a very charismatic, leading man for genre films.
He's a wrestler guy.
No?
I don't know. I don't get it.
I think Cena's a better actor than The Rock.
I mean, that's not saying much. The Rock his best role was the Scorpion King, and he only did good in that because he was all CGI.
Well, that CGI was fun.
But I think The Rock knows to stay right where he's good. He stays in his wheelhouse. He's fine.
Right.
Yeah, Cena's trying different things.
We should all admit
Peacemaker is what's making Cena good, in my opinion. Without
what makes Cena a decent actor, as much as I hate to say it because I don't like his wrestling and I never have, is he's naturally funny.
Who's that? Cena,
and he's not afraid to do something that would make fun of himself.
No, that's right. Yeah, Be Cool was awesome.
Yeah.
When he played the gay actor.
I think though the best wrestler
Himself?
turned actor across the board
If you say
is
Hogan,
Batista.
oh no, yeah, no. Well, I mean, I'd put it between Batista and Cena.
Wait, hold on. Wrestler turned actor?
Mm-hmm.
All right, first off, do we have any fans of It's Always Sunny?
Piper was good, but he kind of had
Piper?
that one. He had that one.
That one way was amazing.
I'm not saying it
He
wasn't.
might
But
even be the greatest wrestler of all time as well.
well, I'd argue that, but Piper was very like, this is what I do, and this is how I'm doing it. Whereas Batista has shown a lot of range. He's funny as fuck in the Guardians. I actually enjoyed Knock at the Cabin Door. Believe it or not, he was really good in that.
I still have to see that one.
Keep in mind too, though, Suburban Commando, we got Undertaker
And Hogan. But speaking of good movies, you know what I just saw? I saw X.
Good movies.
It was great.
Really.
It was. I would put it right underneath Part 1. Because you have way more Tobin
Who's
Bell.
behind it?
I don't remember. Let me look. But there's way more Tobin Bell. Like, he's the actual main character of the thing. There's not.
So is it prequel?
Yeah, it takes place between 1 and 2.
All right, that's fair.
Knock
Knock at the Cabin Door was really good, says Benji.
See?
And Colin says Jesse Ventura and Predator.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Again, though, it's basically just Jesse Ventura being Jesse Ventura at the time.
Yeah. Lionsgate. So it's not your beloved Blumhouse.
Right. Now, who is this Kevin Gertrude?
That's maybe the guy that directed it?
Oh, what's he known for here?
Uh,
Saw 6, not my favorite.
no.
I didn't mind the 2000. Oh, he edited the 2008 Strangers. It looks like he's done more editing.
Well, to be fair, I mean, editing is. I mean, that's like a part of making films. You know what I mean?
He did Saw 3D. I mean, I don't know. It looks like he's on a natural progression of at least going up with his films. I mean, it's very short lived.
I like the collection and the collector.
He didn't do those.
He edited the collection.
Oh, well, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Both those movies are fucking fantastic movies.
Yeah, they are. I know the guy who did, who was a camera on both of them.
Yeah.
And he's the same guy who directed Studio 666.
Oh, nice.
And Hatchet 3.
Nice.
But
cool.
yeah, Saw 10 was no, it wasn't cool. Saw 10 was a lot of Tobin Bell, and I kind of like Colin and I were having a discussion about how he didn't seem very Jigsaw-ish, but for me, Jigsaw's never been about killing the people. He's been about giving them a second chance.
Yeah, that's what the whole thing's about.
Yeah, and
when the series went off the rails was when it was just about the killing.
Well, when Costas Mandalore became the focus, and I guess they're going to do another prequel that's going to be focused on him. I'm like, I had no interest in that whatsoever.
We don't need it.
Brock isn't having a part of this one.
But it's no, it was really good, and I'm not. You
want to play a game?
I'm not big on
Rudy Poo
for gore's sake, but there was a lot of really inventive games in this one.
Really? Well, is that only in theaters right now?
We'll talk after.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Another thing that I wanted to show you, Ron. I mean, you were talking about this a lot last year and how you missed it.
Oh no!
But this year, I have thought ahead, and I was able to pick up all the tour dates for you to see Mariah Carey doing her recognition. All the tour dates.
Look at, like everyone else, she's skipping Milwaukee.
Can you blame her?
No.
She's not a Chiefs fan.
Well, fuck her. She's crazy.
Ugh. And then the last thing I have to share before we jump into some of these other things, which I believe Jeff probably put there.
Yep.
because Ron doesn't upload stuff.
No, Ron have been not mentally there.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yes, exactly, Colin. I'm pretty sure she's Elsa from Frozen.
No, she's like Nora Freeze. They just had the cure for her. They just take her out every once in a while and throw her back in.
You leave the Freezes alone. Don't compare that lovelorn couple to this crazy fucking psycho bitch.
Both of them.
Do you know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Yeah, that's not what happened, Arnold.
Now, the last thing I want to share with you, though, is probably one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time.
Oh, boy.
He's going to show us his butthole again.
What the fuck?
Those are Croc cowboy boots. Those are real, guys.
I need you to get those and wear them then, JB.
Yeah, wear them to a con.
I think they said that they're going to be released at like $120 a pair, which I am not going to spend. I don't even wear cowboy boots. But look, these bitches got spurs on them. I saw that. I'm like, what the fucking hell?
You pair those with a little pair of Daisy Dukes, and you're good to go.
Oh my god, I've been waiting to bring out the Daisy Dukes for a long time.
You could probably stop working and just have a car wash with you in those Croc cowboy boots and some Daisy Dukes.
Yeah.
Also, you know how around this time women are so excited because men are breaking out the gray sweatpants because it's cold outside? Well, I would like to thank women for breaking out the yoga pants because, oh my God, I went to the fucking doctor and this woman was sitting there with her grandma or her mom or whatever the fuck it was.
And her grandma had yoga pants
on.
And
her grandma had yoga pants on, and you could just see the dust coming out of the bottom. No, and the daughter.
Varicose veins were just popping.
Oh, yeah, no, exactly. And
I'm going to have to turn my cam off for a second, guys. I got to take care of something.
I hear dusty vagina, and I'm ready to go.
Oh, Jesus. All right, so, Jeff, which one would you like me to play first for you?
You got to play the regular Nestle commercial first. Now, Ron, you probably remember this. I want to preface this. Do you remember Nestle Alpine White?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to get this stuck in everybody's head.
How long ago was this?
This was 1986. So you were probably like a year old. You were probably like a year old or something.
No, I was
not even born yet.
88.
You were 2 years away from being born. All right,
let's take this.
Your dad's balls would remember this.
No, maybe. I don't know. Here we go.
Sweet dreams you can't resist. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. A dream as sweet as this. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. Creamy white, dreamy white. Nestle makes the very best. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. Sweet dreams you can't resist.
Now here's why I do this. Have you ever wondered to yourself, what would happen if Faith No More
made a commercial for chocolate?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
You should play the next one because
I knew the tie-in. I see it coming.
And this is Mike Patton Faith No More. So this is proof that the man can sing basically anything.
Mike Patton is fucking amazing.
Yes, he is.
I want to throw it out there. Very underrated. Not a lot of people even talk about it. But his stint that he did with Dillinger is one of the greatest fucking things that you can.
Yeah, no, that album, that EP that he did with them is fucking amazing.
Oh my God.
He also, I believe it was the Cowabunga collection for the Ninja Turtles games. He sang the theme. It was it was one of the new Turtles games that came out. Might have been Shredder's Revenge, but he sang the Turtles theme for that. It was
marketed towards only white people. So
here
we go.
Reminded me of that coffee commercial from the 80s. Remember, like the whole "will they, won't they" bullshit.
Well, here we go. Here's the Faith No More song.
Ustedes taquilleros locos.
Esta cerveza es para ti.
Sweet dreams you can't resist. Yes, yes. Nestle's makes the very best. Yes, yes. Creamy white, creamy white. The Nestle's makes the very best. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. Sweet dreams you can't resist.
Buenas noches. See you later.
May I also say the sound quality for being that old just shows how great Faith No More fucking was at playing
Yeah.
live.
Yes.
I just find it funny that like you can obviously tell it's like in the middle of a show. Now I know this was in Chili's when I was looking it up earlier.
didn't-
That's what I found out. And it just seems like in the middle of a show he's just like, I'm gonna sing the fucking Nestle Alpine White commercial. I don't care.
I'm pretty sure Mike Patton is halfway crazy. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Uh,
Oh,
People
wait.
living off one thing, much like you know. There we go. Let's talk a little bit about
what
our
a
movie.
segue!
Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Plot synopsis: Tommy Jarvis exhumes Jason Voorhees to cremate his corpse, but inadvertently brings him back to life instead. The newly revived killer seeks revenge, and Tommy may be the only one who can stop him. All right, let's start off with the obvious. Tom Matthews is a cunt who's been living off the same role that he's not even the best Tommy to begin with, but just keeps fucking throwing it out there like he's going to just keep being Tommy for the rest of his fucking life.
Your comments, Jeff, because we know how I feel.
100% agree.
Yes.
I have no issue with Tom Matthews. He is the Tommy Jarvis I prefer, since we did not get Corey Feldman continuing in the role as we all believe he should have.
He's not even the same.
He's not even the third best Tommy.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I prefer the Tom Matthews version of Tommy Jarvis. As far as accusing him of living off one thing, there's plenty of people in Hollywood living off one thing. He's not the only one doing something
Or
like that.
you might be right, but are they also producing it?
Like,
They
yeah,
would be
there's
like,
one thing, there's one
he's
thing to be,
producing them as
there's
well.
one thing to be hired to play the role, but when you're making it because you have nothing else going on,
Who really cares, though?
we do
So
it.
what?
Yeah,
Maybe
we
he-
have this job.
Maybe he believes in the project that much, or
Those projects
his-
he did are
his
shit.
maybe his other career that he has allows him time to be able to do things like this.
He doesn't
and
have
just
another
have fun.
career. That's part of the reason.
See, these are things we only these are things that are
No,
speculative.
I know for a fact that he gets all the time off that he needs working at Starbucks. And I'm pretty sure all of his Starbucks money is going right into producing movies where he can cast himself as the lead role of Tommy because that's all he knew how to do.
Never roast coffee alone. That's the next one.
See, the way I see it is these guys did one film before he was even a part of it, because he only showed up, I think, in the second one. He probably reached out to them and was like, hey, if you're looking to do it, I'd be willing to come back and reprise the role. And then maybe he's just got faith in these guys to do it. Are they the greatest films? No, but you know what? I've had a lot of fun with them. Seeing him come back as Tommy Jarvis has been fun for me. other people have appreciated him too. So I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I just don't think it's fair to just like shit on the guy.
Well, I have
That's where I
personal
come from.
interaction with him, so that's where my shitting on him comes from.
That also could have caught him on a bad day. I mean,
Then don't go to a con if you're having a bad day, because a lot of people are going to have that experience, and word travels fast in the horror community.
See,
true.
I have
But you are actually the first negative thing I've heard about interactions with Tom Matthews.
Really?
I also
I will
don't like
say I
people
would
who spell
rather
Tom with an H.
suffocate Warrington Gillette before Tom Matthews. Because at least Tom Matthews isn't saying that he played roles that he never did.
Okay, talking about people trying to live off one thing,
Ari
that
Lehman?
one movie they were okay. Ari Lehman, yeah, but also C.J. Graham, who's taking not C.J. Graham, shit, Warrington Gillette. C.J. Graham was great. Sorry, I'm looking at the Wikipedia. That's why Warrington Gillette, who's sitting there signing pictures of stuff he never did. And he's like, yeah, I was Jason for the entire movie. No, the fuck you weren't. So there's a guy who's taking credit for stuff he didn't do and also making a career off of basically one appearance of him in the film.
Well,
And he's like, yeah, I was Jason. Like, you were in it in one shot.
Let's go ahead and
Pull
look
it
up.
off, so they had to bring Dash in.
Let's see. He acted in it, yes, but he has not produced any movies about him doing it.
Also, on a side note, fuck you both, because now I got that Alpine White song stuck in my goddamn head.
That was the goal. That was the goal tonight. I wanted to give everyone a motherfucking earworm.
And David, I think it's fucking stupid.
Wow.
I mean, I like this movie a lot, but I think that James Bond thing is fucking dumb.
It tells you exactly what tone of movie you're going into. They're like, look, don't take this too seriously. This is just fun.
And it's the only one like it. I mean, I feel like Court got off okay. The guy who played Court got off okay because that woman wanted to keep fucking him for 10 minutes. I don't know any guy who would be okay with with someone riding him for 10 minutes after he just wants to fucking explode. Like, take a break, have a sandwich.
Hope you're all doing well. The guy who played Jason as a kid just in this game. Yeah, we were just talking about that guy. He's fucking been pretending he's been Jason for fucking years for that 1 second fucking clip. God damn.
I'm gonna look for something while you keep talking because I am going to. Hold on.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So
overall, issues with Tom Matthews aside, JB, what do you think about this film just overall?
Overall, I mean, I don't hate the movie entirely. It's not really my favorite. I will say I am a big fan of heads being crushed in.
I'm so awesome.
So I will say that, but I mean, I think the deaths in this are fun.
They really are.
You know, and I'm gonna say, like, just in general, like, it's usually a highlight of most Friday the 13th movies is watching some of the deaths, but I think this one really pulled off quite a few amazingly that I really enjoyed. The only thing that I can really say that I didn't really care too much for is I really, really wish I would have been able to see Tom Matthews really get killed in this.
Jason didn't finish the job.
I'll admit the meeting started off pretty rocky. Oh, that's funny. I mean, he's just one of those guys. I mean, I have a friend he's been in her movie, and that's who he is.
I mean, you're right here with JB then.
Awesome. I still
y'all are fucked.
Whatever. I agree with him. Me personally, I'm not gonna say this is my second favorite. I just think there's a lot of fun kills in this movie. As an overall, I'd still give this one probably a 7.5, though. I'd still say it's one of the better ones. You know, not. I mean, we got a huge range here. So when I say better, I mean that's top 6 for me. You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, just throwing it in perspective, there's a lot of fucking movies that we're talking about here. I just don't care for Tom Matthews. I just wish I didn't have to see him. I wish he spelt his name the right fucking way. That irritates the fuck out of me too. I think I just dislike this guy so much that I just nitpick it. And I don't even have like a real good reason other than, you know, I don't know. There's something really shitty about producing movies and giving yourself roles of something that you did in the 80s because you can't fucking do anything else.
I
Like,
think the producer
does
credit
this-
probably came later because he took a part in their film. I think they probably gave him the producer role or credit
I don't know.
because he was a part of that second
Look,
one. They probably
all I'm gonna say is this: like, he has a 16-year gap before just doing fan films of his own and producing them. I don't know why his IMDb, page even says he's an actor.
Okay, hold that thought. I just sent you a link. We're gonna have to do screen share because it's a Facebook video, but I want you to see this, and I want you to hear what this fuck says.
All right, well, give me 1 second so I can go ahead and get said video ready. All right. Give me 1 minute. He was signing at my local comic book store, of which I go to. The owner, I walked in. One other person was there. R.A. Lehman was standing so far away from. I mean, God, damn it. Hey, if you like comic books, though, head over to talesfromthepodcast.com because we wrote a comic book, Tales of Shock and Terror.
That's right.
R.A. Lehman, he might be worse than Tom Matthews.
I've only heard good things about Ari Lehman, being that he's a really nice guy, but
I've heard he's a nice guy, but I mean, it's just like he's not. I don't know. He's not Jason.
I mean, even his band.
Just so you know, Travis, Ari Lehman doesn't talk about it, but he had to do 15 years of consistently going in for plastic surgery to fucking start looking halfway normal after that.
Play this video because you'll be as pissed off as I am. Listen to when he pops on screen and actually says something. Listen to what he says, and you too can be upset.
Well, give me just a second. I'm trying to find.
You said a second, and that was 10 seconds ago.
I think this is the right one. Also share audio. Here we go. And let's bring this bitch big. All right. Do I have the audio off? Yeah, probably.
So now Jason's wearing watches and riding horses.
Oh my god, are they gonna take the mask off and it's Ari Lehman?
No. Jason wouldn't wear socks and looks like new boots. No, it's just Warrington Gillette looking ugly as fuck. Oh no, you're dead. You fell into a lake that is probably...
Hi, I'm Warrington Gillette. I'm Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th Part 2. I'm the first Jason to kill. And that's right, I'm not afraid to jump on a horse to go whack a camper. That's right, but I'm letting you know I'm coming to Days of the Dead Horror Con. This coming September 29 to October 1st, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm there all day for you. And this one is going to be held at the Houston Marriott West Chase Hotel. And that's located 2900 Briar Park Drive, Houston, Texas. and is one of America's finest, most premier horror cons. It's produced by
It is not one of America's best. It's not like you got fucking booked at Horror Hound. What a fucking piece of shit.
And did you hear what he said? He's the first Jason to kill.
Yeah, that's what he says. How do you feel about that, Ron?
I have nothing but hate. And
Well, there's a couple of things here.
don't you defend him.
I'm not defending him at all.
Okay.
That's the try to read when you put him on. Pull me in close, and it'll like.
No, he said, nice to meet you, brother, but that guy over there's waiting in line. So why don't you go wait in line like everybody else?
Wow.
Do you guys like Sheriff Deputy's line?
Wherever the red light goes, you bang.
Oh man.
Okay, so a few things. One, don't make your own promo video and send it in to try and help. Days of the Dead will do just fine without you doing that, Warrington Gillette. Two,
I don't think they did.
Don't pretend to be Jason, Sackhead Jason, wearing overall shorts and a watch, and it doesn't
Riding
work.
a horse.
Riding a horse.
Well, first off, am I the only person here who, when I think of Jason Voorhees, I always think of him on horseback? I'm the only one.
That's just you think of him on horseback with the long Fabio hair, the sweat, the oiled up, glistening chest.
You know what? I think I'm thinking of a different show entirely. It might be Hercules Legendary.
My question is if he's riding a horse and all that stuff, I want to know how his flow is, because usually they don't show people on horseback in commercials unless they're talking about what kind of tampons they're wearing.
Or if
True.
they got herpes medicine.
Yeah.
Also, he kills a kid. We've established Jason does not kill children.
No, but Warrington Gillette
So-
loves children.
Maybe Warrington Gillette.
I don't know if that's true or not. I just think he
find out.
likes.
I don't know.
I think he likes money.
I think that's
In
one
any
thing
way,
that we should
people
start
never-
doing every episode is just make up a random thing and see if we can get it to start going around.
What's going to be really messed up is something's going to come. Something's going to be said on here one day, and then it's going to turn out to be true, and we're all going to be like, "Oh fuck!"
Then we'll be like the next Simpsons. Hopefully, I'm wrong about Warrington Gillette liking children. Now that I say that,
I mean, you're allowed to like children. Is it like, hey, children are fun to be around on occasion, but you don't.
I leave that up to the viewer. I leave that to the viewer.
Yeah, yeah. That's just.
Well, fuck him, Travis. Fuck
Oh,
him
man.
in his weird goddamn mustache.
Yeah, and his even weirder face. Well, anyways, you guys.
He
know
was
what
no
I-
Eric Stoltz as Rocky Dennis, man.
I mean, they look a lot alike, especially now. Man, that sucks, dude. It always sucks when you meet somebody you think might be cool too, and it ends up being bad. I mean,
When I do a signing, I purposely sit down the whole time because then people can't say anything, and it gives me a chance to not have to get up.
really,
Yeah.
I stand up the whole time and I try to talk to everybody.
Well, the shop I usually sign in is super small, and they've only gotten smaller. So when issue 2 comes out, it's going to be hilarious.
I mean, I'm always trying to bring people in and sell shit too, so it's, you know.
I've never done a signing because I haven't done anything with America.
That's the only reason he had seemed to forget what happened is because he was probably fucking high on cocaine.
Right. Probably. I don't know that, and you probably gave him that. What he probably want $20 for his autograph.
Yeah, how much was his autograph? I'm very curious.
Yeah. That's what we should do is start judging celebrities off of how much they want for an autograph at a convention. That's a dick move. Oh man. So Jeff, what did you think of this movie though? What's your rating?
I love this movie. It is one of it's one of my favorites, depending on what day I'm watching, going through these movies. Yeah. It's,
Funny story is the boyfriend went on to be the person who put the hit on Patrick Swayze in Ghost.
yep. And then he got pulled into
Patrick
hell by
Swayze deserved
really
it.
weird shadow creatures.
That's right.
That was kind of like a futuristic thing because now he is a ghost.
Long-term storytelling.
Hold on. What
Are
the
you
fuck?
fucking kidding me?
What, hold on. What mask did he sign? Tell me it was the fucked up face mask.
Also, Kill for Mother. That okay? First off, that's more of a line from an Ice Nine Kills song, and something that you hear in part 2, which Ari Lehman had nothing to do with. He had about as much to do with it as Warrington Gillette.
So now, if you didn't like him already, how do you feel now, Ron? Why don't you tell us how you really feel about Ari Lehman? I'm going to leave this on the page for a second.
Let me
We're
ask
talking
you
about-
this, Travis. Was he wearing those gloves with the cut off fingers? And did he have a sleeveless vest on? And did he ask you if he could play his guitar for you? That fuck. I'm all for people making money off of something that they did. I'm all for it, right? Like if Lar Park Lincoln goes and makes an appearance at a convention and she charges $25 for an autograph, I get that. That's fine. Whatever. But this, see? Look!
He's got a brand.
Well, you know what?
And it's a shitty 80s metal I live in the back of my van brand. You know, know who was living better in the back of their van? Fucking Demon from part 5 until he ate them damn enchiladas.
Well, now at least we know why Ari went and changed the way he was talking to Travis. Because that $45 probably bought him food for the next week. You know, like he doesn't get.
Hey, I'm Ari Lehman, and I just bought $45 worth of ramen.
Oh,
Can actually show the world what we're talking about. For those that don't know, let me find something here real quick.
Oh, please do. Please do.
So while you're doing that, yeah, this one, I go back and forth between part 6 and part 7 as my favorite any given time that I'm just watching the franchise. I had a lot of fun with this one. The references to all the horror directors. I mean, you got Sheriff Garris, The Town of Carpenter, Karloff's Hardware. All these references, the fact that Jason's resurrected like Frankenstein's monster, it's just fun touches. McLaughlin knows his horror, so he throws in these like little love letters to all the stuff he loved. So it was fun. The kills are fun, especially Garris getting folded up.
That was awesome.
It's so good.
There you
And
go.
the fact that this movie established Jason does not kill children,
Yes.
which leads into my theory of him being forever a child, even though he's an adult. Developmentally stunted as a child, so he's still childlike in that, but he's got the strength of a full-grown man.
Yeah, didn't she play the first female victim in the car?
Yep.
I believe so.
Don't leave home without it.
To everyone who came up, he said Jason stays alive because of the fans, or Jason lives on, but he seemingly refused to say Jason lives. It bugged me.
All right, go ahead and show that video. And yeah,
How many videos you got for me?
one.
Why can't you upload these?
Because it just came up in conversation.
Ugh. Okay, give me.
I think we're not talking about Friday 6 because we all love the movie and we don't want to pick out any negatives aside from Tom Matthews about the film.
I think so. Jeff, though, did you give your rating? I'm sorry.
I give this like 8.5, 9.
All right.
Because like I said, it's one of my 2 favorites. So
That's fair. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring this up for us so we can go ahead and check out this new video.
She's a barbarian, barbarian, barbarian. Whoa.
is a barbarian. 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 Whoa.
Fuck that guy.
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
You paid $45 for that fucking guy who's a Wish version professional wrestler. So that means he'll probably show up on AEW any day now. You paid $45 for him to sign shit. Did he curl his mustache like an 1800s villain before he
I hope
tied your
so.
girlfriend to
I
the
hope
railroad
so.
tracks?
Oh
Let's put it this way. You want to talk good music that came out of the Friday franchise? The Man Behind the Mask. All
Even
right.
that's not even that good of Alice Cooper.
No, it's not. But when you think about 80s horror movies that had songs that were like specifically for certain franchises, this is right up there for me with Dream Warriors. It's fun. I don't care. I love the Dream Warriors song. I love Man Behind the Mask. Fucking steaming.
I'm not saying it was,
I
but
just love it.
wow. Ari just seems kind of like a piece of shit.
God, it's a diva.
I mean, look at that video. I mean, yeah, he is.
there is a video I was gonna send
Oh,
that
God damn it.
features Spencer Charnas of Ice Nine Kills.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have. But then again, Spencer Charnas is God. I like a lot of the stuff that Ice Nine Kills does. No issue there.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure anybody with $50 can hire Spencer Charnas to do a fucking voice in their fucking song.
Then can we get him to come on the show for 10?
I don't know. When I talked to
Oh.
him, his manager, the lady, was there, and she was a total fucking cunt. She
Oh, no,
wouldn't
you're
let
a
him
big
do
deal.
anything.
Well, I
Huh?
mean, there's two ways you could go. You could get him, or you could get Chris Jericho. So you got to figure out
Oh,
which one.
neither one, please.
I
I want nothing to do with Jerichovid.
What's the matter? You don't want to talk about the Judas in your mind?
Oh my god.
No.
Hold on. Here we go.
Wow.
I mean, you
Oh.
Did
probably
they at least lube you up before they butt raped you?
what would he be annoyed and tired by? That was the first
Somebody
time
paying
in months that he
attention to
made $100. Nonetheless, why would he be tired from? He doesn't do anything.
Barbarian! Look
No.
at my fucking guitar.
All right, Ron, what did you think of this movie and what's your rating?
I enjoyed it. I feel like it is. They tried something different with the Friday the 13th franchise. They went more like dark comedy, which is fine. But they didn't make Jason wasn't the butt of the joke, which is good. I think that was one of the prerequisites with them making it funny at all.
Yeah.
I like that it was cheap, so it allowed me to get footage to make a short on YouTube where I make fun of Tom Matthews as a shitty Tommy Jarvis and say that he's the pussy of the group, and then Horshack poops his pants. But what else? No, I give it. See, the kills are violent in this, but they're not as violent as the rest of the series. You know what I mean? They're more violent than
Well-
8. I'll give them that.
All right. I mean,
But-
when I was talking about the kills, I mean, I'm just saying there's a lot of good ones. But the violence, I mean, yeah, there could be more. I mean, I think the violence in 10 is pretty fucking brutal, personally. But
Yeah, the violence in this one was toned down, and it's not a super bloody Friday the 13th film when you really look at it.
no, it's even tamed down with the nudity.
There's
Yeah.
none.
No,
There was no nudity, and I don't think that was.
I heard that was
anything to
because
do
Tom, McLaughlin just doesn't like boobs. I heard he's only into men.
Married.
It's a tranny. It's acceptable these days, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I'm going to go ahead and give the movie a 6.5. 6.5 because it didn't have the overarching dread that a number 2 did. It didn't have the just ridiculous stupidity of part 3. It didn't have a good Tommy Jarvis like part 4.
No, did not.
It's I mean, I rewatch it all the time, so it's not like I think it's a bad movie. And over wow.
Get to the comments in a minute, Ron.
And it's just, I don't know. It's just something feels off about it, even though I do enjoy it. I will say when I do a binge of Friday the 13th, the only time I feel any kind of dread is when I start getting to Jason Goes to Hell.
Wow. Well, with that being said, Jason Goes to Hell is pretty much the only one with any real gore.
I mean, if you want to see the guy that lured Tommy Gunn away from Rocky eat a heart.
Right. See, what I think it is I think Travis is probably close to my age, and it's just one of those things that resonates with this age group. If he was an asshole, I would have told him he should have stayed in the lake. I mean, we've all been hoping he stayed in the lake. I was surprised when they let him out. I mean, somebody should have just drowned that ugly fucking kid.
We almost had a different Jason in the lake, though.
Yeah, we should have. They forgot to put it. Well, they forgot to put it in, and they asked if one of the girls would do a nude scene, and he said pay more, so he just said okay, no nudity.
Yeah,
are you sure that's the real reason? Because I'm pretty sure it's because he's not into girls.
No, specifically the actress who was playing Court's girlfriend would not do nudity in their sex scene. It was not in the contract at the time. They asked her. She said, no, you didn't ask up front. I'm not doing it. So they just went with no nudity. And then later on in something else, she got topless.
Well, I heard, going along with that story, that she only wanted $20 more, and Tom was like, no, I don't like boobs. I'm not giving you $20.
That's my hooker budget.
Look, she was probably like, I'm not. She probably didn't want to get naked for John Travolta's nephew playing Court.
Is that who that was?
Yeah.
John Travolta pre or post Face Off. Because he really wasn't John Travolta at a certain point in time.
He was John Travolta here, but he wasn't. I've come back to acting John Travolta and doing ridiculous shit. So this was pre Face Off. You know that this movie was 1986.
I know.
Face Off was, I believe, 97.
I do want to see that new John Woo movie though, Silent Night, where it's like very little dialogue. And I did see the extended trailer for Exorcist Believer. When I went to see the Equalizer 3.
All right, what did you think of the trailer?
I didn't hate it, and I did some looking, and I know what happens in the movie. I don't want to spoil anything.
No, it doesn't matter because the movie's going to be a piece of fucking shit.
Why? Because it's David Gordon Green.
Well, all right. First off, Blumhouse.
Okay. By the way,
what they do to Black Christmas?
Okay,
This is what they do to everything I fucking love. Fuck Jason Blum, that fucking cocksucking piece of fucking shit.
I watched a movie last night
Hope
that
he fucking drowns with fucking Ari Lehman.
That I watched something last night that was very enjoyable. It's a brand new horror film on Prime called Totally Killer. It's with John Hamm's daughter from Mad Men, who has grown into quite an attractive young lady, and it had Julie Bowen. So that's always a good thing. But it's basically Back to the Future meets Happy Death Day. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, this really feels like I enjoyed it. It's not changing the fucking world, but there were little things that changed that, like they proved that time travel, this, that, and everything. But and then I looked, and it was executive produced by Jason Blum.
Are you surprised?
Max, the mask that the killer wears does look like Max Headroom, yes. And the fact that you're 24 and know who Max Headroom is means you probably live in the Midwest, because there was that issue on Chicago TV back in the 80s.
Yeah, somebody broke in on the signal, right? Wearing a Max Headroom.
During
Yeah.
Doctor Who. which pissed
I
me
saw
off.
I saw the YouTube video of that, and I'm like, what the? I'm like, how much commitment did you have to be able to break in? Because that's not something anyone could have just done at that time.
No.
And he was loving Pepsi and showing his ass. I think at one point he shoved a finger up his ass.
Oh,
And this had to be around the time of the Max Headroom TV series, right?
I think, or at least the commercial.
The short-lived.
Yeah.
you do understand though my reasoning for not being very excited for Blumhouse being involved with The Exorcist.
Are they though?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well,
100%.
I'm going to watch it after the show, and I will let you know if it's any good. I mean, you got to
Nice.
remember though, it also has to live up to the original.
It's not going to. See,
No.
that's I mean,
See, that's the thing. I don't think it has to live up to the original as long as it is
Isn't it
faithful
bad
in
for-
aspects to the original.
they're not.
It's not as bad as
yeah,
part
I
but-
haven't seen part 2 just because I've heard it's so bad. I don't
Alright.
want to sit through it. Eventually, I'll watch it, but I mean,
Alright.
part 3 is a better follow-up directly to part 1.
Yeah.
Let's just think for just a second here, though. Like, Blumhouse has had his, Jason Blum has had his chance at touching a beloved horror movie that is a classic that everybody fucking loved, and Black Christmas. And what did he do? He turned it into a magic fucking bullshit shit show.
Well,
with these
that's more the writer, though. That's more
Huh?
the writer of the film. He's just there. If he didn't write the
Well,
film, it's not all on him.
right. He might not have wrote everything, but who are the people that are making all of the adjustments?
Blum had to okay the script.
He had to okay it. He's the one who makes changes. That's what a producer does. And
Right.
what he
I'm-
did with
I'm not
that,
knocking that.
I'm just saying, I will never forgive him. I hope he chokes on a big fucking black
Well,
dick.
here's the thing too.
Fuck him.
Maybe Jason Blum is in a position where he can give people just starting out or who haven't really got a fair shake in the system a chance to do something, and he's like, you know what? Maybe this isn't the greatest script, but let's see what happens. Let's see what you can do. At least that way they have something on their resume, good or bad. They've done something, and then they can get their foot in the door for something else. So there might be something they did in that where somebody will be like, hey, while that movie's not great, your sequence in this point of the film was really well directed. Let's see what else you can do. And
Well, his sequence from 2 seconds into about 3 seconds to the end of Black Christmas was bullshit.
I love how you're going after the Blum House Black Christmas, but not the other remake.
The other remake's not bad. It's
Oh,
not
I
bad
didn't-
in comparison.
Oh, Travis.
I haven't seen the newest Black Christmas, but I saw the remake, and it wasn't terrible.
I mean, I love the original Exorcist.
Uh,
I will still say it. As far as my favorite Halloween movie goes, I'm a Season of the Witch guy all the way. That's me.
Funny because I just watched Season of the Witch the other day, and I watched the original Exorcist the other day.
I will say I love the original, but I do find myself occasionally going and watching part 3. I like Exorcist 3.
in Exorcist,
Part-
that the
Go ahead.
part with the nurse gets me every fucking time, and I know it's coming.
I love it. I mean that movie I love. I will admit that.
I'll say
But-
this: what makes Exorcist 3 is not only there's the tension, like you were saying, the nurse. The times I've watched it, that still gets me. It's Brad Dourif's performance that
Yeah.
sends this movie into another level.
Well,
Everyone in this
fucking
movie is
amazing
great,
actor.
but Brad Dourif is out acting everyone, and I'm talking like people who have been doing it longer than him in this film.
Well, and he's
And he's-
overacting. He's overacting, but he's out acting,
Mhm.
which is
Yeah.
weird.
Well, I mean, he's definitely one of, like, I don't know, Brad Dourif, man. I mean, I just try to think of everything he's done because we got Exorcist 3, He was even in Lord of the Rings. What was the one? Like, if you really want to see just how great of an actor he is, watch that motherfucker in Deadwood.
Oh my God.
I mean, Brad Dourif, I mean, not even just in genre film alone, but just the entire spectrum of all of his acting. He is one of those people that, like, he's probably like my top 10 favorite actors. Like, it seems like every role that guy gets, he deserves, and he fucking does an amazing job. I've never seen something where he did a bad job.
Well, just
Never.
a few years ago, I finally got around to seeing One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and holy shit.
Huh.
It's like, I saw him, I was like, oh, Brad Dourif, and I was like, oh my God, he's great. And I already knew he was great. I'd seen him in the Lord of the Rings films, of course,
Right.
Child's Play series. He's great in that. He's just a voice actor, but he brings so much to that character. There's something about what he can do, even in the Rob Zombie Halloween films. His version of Sheriff Brackett was actually pretty good.
You want to know what's hilarious about The Exorcist? Is that the guy who played Father Karras? I don't know if it was Father. No, the younger one.
Yeah, that's Father Karras.
Oh, Father Karras. His father-in-law. You know who it is?
I do not.
Jackie Gleason.
Really?
Really?
And you want to know who Jason Miller's son is?
I know who his son is. Let's see if JB knows.
I don't.
Jason Patrick.
Really?
Yeah. So that's like a fucking legacy right there.
Yeah.
It is. Damn. Oh, man.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
aside from Jackie Gleason, dad and son are in like some pretty iconic horror films with The Exorcist and The Lost Boys.
I mean, let's not forget
Yeah.
Speed 2, Cruise Control.
I already have.
Even Jason Patrick has forgotten that one.
I'm sure.
But let's talk a little bit about.
Well, first off, let's talk about this for a second, Cousin Colin. Because nobody ever talks about if those 9 people deserved it.
Oh God.
Jeez, dude. Okay, you really want to watch something that goes a little deeper on that? Watch Cursed Films. On Shudder.
Yes.
They talk
Yeah.
about that, and between that and the Twilight Zone episode, I was like, fuck.
Well, and that's the thing is, I hope the women from Hex and Arcane aren't watching right now because Colin just gave away one of the questions. But so thanks, Colin. But I don't think they are. Yeah, it's
Might be.
you never know. But that episode of Cursed Films on that and The Omen and The Crow, and it's
They turn over just about every stone you could think of, because when you think it's done, it's like, oh, there's still 40 minutes left. What else can you cover that's not like fucking depressing and dark as shit?
yeah.
The one for The Crow I was just like, God damn, they're so good though. And then there's the second season which goes into stuff. And yeah, check out the one on The Exorcist. It talks about all those people who died and everything that was going on that set.
Yeah. I've actually seen the 9th configuration. It's fucked.
The 9th configuration, isn't that this?
Oh, Christ.
No.
Oh, I'm a fucking 5-year-old.
I've been trying to look it up too because I've been seeing stuff recently about it, but yeah. So next year, guys, just because it was mentioned a little bit, The Crow will be released. I think they might have cast a decent Eric Draven. As far as the rest of the movie, I haven't really looked too much into it, but
I forget who they cast because I haven't kept up with any names.
Bill
Skarsgård.
Okay, it was Skarsgård. Okay,
Yeah.
I could see it. I mean, yeah.
he's a good actor in everything he fucking does too. I mean, there's not too much that I've seen him in where I didn't like him.
Well, hey, at least it's not Edward Furlong.
First off, at least it wasn't Momoa.
Oh God.
Or
I'm starting to not like Travis anymore. I really- Oh, God.
or the
Wish he
guy
would get a
who
role.
was trying to find out what happened to his sister in the first Resident Evil movie.
So, anyways,
But
though,
look, I think we can all agree that had they really pulled the trigger on the best casting for the Crow, Paul Rubens would have been the definitive Crow.
Oh Christ.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's him or Ernest. Jim
Jim
Varney.
Varney. I mean, both are amazing actors. I mean,
Look at Ron.
Yeah.
Ron's like, I don't want to be here anymore.
well, I just think about it. Like Jim Varney had a hell of a range too. He was
I mean-
Ted Clampett in
I
Ernest.
don't belong on
I mean,
this
had
shit anymore.
had they done another Crow movie sometime in the 90s, around the time of a popular TV show, Dean Cain could have been the Crow.
Yeah,
I don't belong on this planet anymore.
And did you know that Nestle makes the very best Nestles?
The Crow doesn't surprise me that Brandon Lee died. It shouldn't be a surprise. It's been quite a few years. Man, I swear. But Rupert Sanders is the one that directed it, so I'm kind of excited to see where he's going to go. I mean, the Ghost in the Shell, I didn't think was horrible.
Wait,
Never really
this
saw-
one with where Scarlett Johansson plays an Asian person.
She is Asian
Really?
in the movie.
Okay, it's not okay. It's not as egregious as Fisher Stevens' character in
Oh,
Short
Short
Circuit and Short Circuit 2. Yeah,
Benjamin gave it to you?
I don't
that's
know.
just like, oh, for the longest time I thought that I didn't realize that actor was not, and then I saw him with something else, and I went, oh,
You know-
no.
Still not as bad as Ted Raimi in My Name is Bruce. Also playing an Asian man.
I mean, we could dig into film history and pull
I'm
out
gonna
all
say right now-
portrayals.
That is one that I think we eventually have to do as My Name is Bruce.
Eventually.
Yeah.
It's a great movie and never talked about.
I will do My Name is Bruce if we follow it up or precede it with Bubba Hotep. That is the caveat.
I love both.
All right.
How he died that Chinese.
Good, because I know so many people who I mentioned Bubba Hotep, and it's either I don't know what that is, or they're like, "Oh, that movie sucks." I'm like,
I got my wife to actually like that movie too.
I'm like, no. You have
Who
you
would
have Bruce Campbell and Ozzie Davis playing JFK and the King Elvis Presley. What more do you need? And
don't need
it's
anything
from the
else.
guy who brought us Phantasm,
Right?
Don Coscarelli.
All right, hold on. Who would you cast if they did an old man Crow movie?
Christopher Lloyd.
He says Adam Driver's not an old man. And I'm gonna actually have to, Chris. That's a really good choice. I mean, that is a hard one to fucking top.
He said old, and the reason that happened is I just watched the Spirit Halloween movie on Shudder a few days ago, which it's a kids movie. It's it's not my demographic. It's not made
I
for
mean,
me.
that
but
is. I still watch Scooby Doo. Who the fuck am I to judge?
I love Scooby.
Man,
As long as that little fucker Scrappy Doo isn't around.
that is. Yeah, that's true. Man, you hit it fucking right on there. I'm telling you, man. Like I can't even
Marty!
think of another actor that would be better than him.
1.21 gigawatts.
Anytime I think of an old actor, that's like, yeah. Damn. I mean,
I mean, the only one that jumps to mind would be Sam Elliott. Be like, "Hey, I'm the Crow.
all right, Travis is kind
Hey,
of new here.
Hey, so what's
guys.
for dinner?"
Nick Cage. Is
Cage.
I mean, not if there's any
Hey.
bees.
Hey, if they don't give him any lines, it could work. I mean, Willy's Wonderland was great. He didn't have any lines in that.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Didn't he also do an Asian movie?
Yeah.
He's done a couple where he's involved with Asian. Bangkok Dangerous is one, and I'm like that. I think that was that like a remake or something? But
I mean, I think Christopher Lloyd should be in everything. At least a cameo. I mean, seeing him in a movie.
Yeah, Christopher Lee's cameo in Schindler's List.
Fucking A. All right.
let's just start remaking movies with Christopher Lloyd.
I like the idea. I mean, I really do. I like the idea of Christopher Lloyd going ahead and pulling off like a fucking God, what's his fucking name? I can't think. Nutty Professor.
He does that in 3 movies.
No, I want him to do it in every movie. You know exactly.
Oh, just created forward.
I want Christopher Lloyd playing every role in every movie he does from now on out, which is every movie.
Really good at Nobody.
I'm kind of just tired of watching other people I don't like on screen anymore, so I just want to watch Christopher Lloyd.
You should watch Nobody. He's really good in it.
Oh, yeah, I would love to see him try it now.
Mm. Oh.
That took you a second.
Man, come on. Don't hate on Hans Gruber.
I'm not. I like him.
I really love my woman, so I'm going to come back and murder these people.
Oh, God.
Well, see, you could do it because Benedict Cumberbatch does a really good Alan Rickman. So if you have Benedict Cumberbatch as Alan Rickman playing the Crow, you've got it.
Yes and no. I mean, that dude has really fucking weird eyes.
I mean, you could always get Dave Coulier to do his Richard Pryor impression as the Crow.
Yes.
As it is spot on. It's eerily spot on.
Ron seems like he's having a rough night.
I don't know, but I think with the Nick Cage and all the other bullshit, it made me get a really bad headache. And
that's fair because it's about time to wrap up anyway.
Yeah, I need to go to bed.
All right. Well, first off,
Christopher Lloyd is Old Man Logan.
I like it. Christopher Lloyd is everything. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, checking us out. Make sure if you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever the fuck you are, like our shit, share our shit.
Pornhub.
More importantly, go over to talesfromthepodcast.com. Check out all the links that are under with Ron's name. Check out all the links associated with Jeff. Check out all the links there entirely, including the Tales of Shock and Terror link. And buy our comic book. Or don't. And go fuck yourself.
Also, don't forget Tuesday, if you head over to youtube.com/I'mUncleRon or twitch.tv/I'mUncleRon, you can watch at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can watch the debut episode of So You Think You Know. We're going to be doing horror trivia with the gals from Hex and Arcane. It's general horror movie trivia. And then on the 24th, we'll be having a Friday the 13th trivia quiz with Rob Van Winkle over here. And Josh, who is Seraph over on Twitch. And I guarantee you I will not be as nice to them as I am to the Hex and Arcane guy. Because I
got my whiteboard ready.
Yes.
I've got it all. The back is ready to go as well.
Good.
See?
So if you like stuff like Big Fat Quiz of the Year, 90% of you will have to Google it. But yeah, that's what you're in for with So You Think You Know.
Well, there you go, guys. Do you have anything you want to add, Jeff?
Another show hosted by a white guy.
Yeah, as you know, I do the Skew Universe podcast. We just released an episode for our Guillermo del Toro director spotlight we're doing for October, talking about Pacific Rim. Was joined by Cam from the Jacked Up Review Show podcast. We had a good time talking, so go check that out. Continuing on, the next episode is going to be about Mimic. I had my good buddy Brian from the Midnight Drive-In on to do that, so that's going to be releasing next week. So you guys keep an eye out for that. Go check out the last one. You can find all the links for the show and everything at www.skewardhead.com.
Nice. I will admit that
And then somebody
Del Toro?
Pacific Rim.
I do want to say this. He did one of my what would you call it? One guilty pleasure horror movies.
There is no such thing as guilty pleasures. If it gives you pleasure, there's nothing guilty about it.
All right. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark is one of my favorite Del Toro films ever.
Okay.
That's pretty fun.
I truly enjoy that movie so much. And I think it has something to do with the fact of he's not afraid to go for the attack on children. And I think we need more of that this day and age. So remember, everybody, like Tales from the Podcast, share our shit, buy our merch, and attack the children.
Oh, Christ.
So thank you all for watching. And with that being said, the crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.